Hey there! If you're watching this video, chances are you either received or are waiting to receive a Form 1099-DA from Coinbase. In this video, we'll break down 3 common issues that investors see with this form and discuss how to fix them. But first, let's share a little bit of background information about Form 1099-DA. So Form 1099-DA is a tax form designed to report your gains and losses from digital assets, including cryptocurrency. As of 2026, Coinbase and other centralized exchanges are required to issue Form 1099-DA to customers and the IRS. Now, if you've used a platform like E-Trade or Robinhood, chances are that you've gotten Form 1099-B for your capital gains and losses from stocks. Now, 1099-DA is pretty similar, but again, the key difference is that it was designed for digital assets. Now, because of cryptocurrency's unique properties, it comes with some unique problems, and we'll cover this later in the video. Now, one final note, it's important to note that Form 1099 MISC is different from Form 1099-DA. Form 1099 MISC is also issued by Coinbase and most other crypto exchanges, but it was designed to report your ordinary income. So this might be things like staking income or interest income. Again, Form 1099-DA is designed for gains and losses, and that's what we'll be covering in this video. So here we are taking a look at a sample Form 1099-DA from Coinbase. Now, the number one issue that we see customers run into is that these cost basis numbers can be wrong. Now, it's important to remember that these numbers are not reported to the IRS. Coinbase only reports the proceeds numbers to the IRS, but if you copy and paste from this form, you might end up massively overpaying on your taxes. Now, again, this isn't Coinbase's fault. This is due to the transferable nature of cryptocurrencies. For an example of how this works, let's think about this. Let's say that you bought Bitcoin for $80,000 on another exchange. Then you transferred it to a cold wallet. Months later, you sell it for $100,000 on Coinbase. Now, Coinbase doesn't know your original cost basis since that transaction took place on another platform. So it may report your sale as $100,000 in proceeds with zero cost basis. Now, if you don't catch this, if you just copy and paste these numbers, you might end up massively overpaying. And obviously, that is not something you want to do. So, if you find yourself in this situation, don't panic. There is a solution. Let's take a look into the CoinLedger app. Luckily, the issue that I mentioned has a super easy fix. You're just going to want to get an aggregated view of all your transactions across all your wallets and exchanges, including the correct cost basis information. Then report that to the IRS. So here I am again in my CoinLedger account, and you can see that I already have some wallets and exchanges connected, as well as their corresponding transactions. Now I can go ahead and add my Coinbase account, and you can see that it's super easy. Coinbase is one of the first options you see when you hit Add Account. I'll hit this Connect API button, then Sync Transactions, and this screen will pop up. So essentially, you're giving access to CoinLedger. And remember, this is read-only access. CoinLedger does not have the ability to make any transactions in your account. So I will hit this button right here and then click Allow Access. Now, it will take a few minutes for transactions to sync, so we can just skip ahead. Once you're done, you can just head over to the tax report section and IRS forms right here. You can see, again, an aggregated view of your gains and losses with these forms with the correct cost basis information to make sure that you're not overpaying on your taxes. And if you want to export these out to platforms like TurboTax, it's super easy. You can see that you can generate those forms as well. Now let's talk about the second most common issue that we see with Form 1099-DA, and that is proceeds on that form might not match what's in your crypto tax software. Now, this happens because there might be, minor differences between the price oracle that CoinLedger uses and the price oracle that Coinbase uses. Luckily, there's a super easy fix for that. So we recommend that you use whatever's been reported on Form 1099-DA, since that's the information that the IRS has. And I can go ahead and edit that within my platform to, make sure there's no discrepancy. I'll just hit a random transaction. I'm in the transactions tab. I'll just hit this edit button. And you can see I can just edit this right here to make sure that it matches whatever's in my Form 1099-DA. All right, let's talk about the third and final issue. I'll head back over to the tax reports tab, and it's with calculation method. You can see that my calculation method in my CoinLedger account is set to HIFO. However, if my calculation method in my Coinbase account is set to something like FIFO or LIFO, that again can lead to a discrepancy. Now, again, you want to match whatever's on your Coinbase account. So it's super easy to do. Again, I hit the edit button, then I'll scroll down and you can see there's a drop down where I can change my calculation method. Well, that's the video, everyone. I hope you learned something. Now, if you want to get started with a free CoinLedger account, you can click the link in the description. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.